Gaming for XP, welcome back. We're here at Sunshine Tidings, nice and early in the morning, and I want to do a little bit different video today, looking well over the Commonwealth. So, like I said, this is a little bit different today. I wanted to go back and share something that I found extremely useful and kind of it's developed over time as a building element and building tool, and I'm just waiting for my menu to load because it takes forever now. I think everybody that has mods now experiences it, and it involves this bad boy here. And you've probably thought I've lost my shit now because it's saying, well, you know, is there anything cool about this? But hopefully I can show you a few neat tricks that I've developed and learned over building for many hundreds of hours in this game. So the basis for this particular video and using this building element has really been the fact that somewhere like Sanctuary or Sunshine Tidings or Norhagen Beach or wherever it might be have very large build areas indeed. And if you've ever had to build a wall around some of these settlements, you can see for instance with Sunshine Tidings, it's a large area that you have to go around, and so it takes a lot of time to build a wall, because one of the first things that a lot of people do when they unlock a settlement is they start to put some defences up and build a wall around it. So, you know, I was spending lots of hours flicking through menus and doing all kinds of things. I started to look for a way of how can I do this quickly and efficiently. You know, we've all suffered the problem with the walls and the gaps in the walls and lining them up, and that it can all take time. It can be a little bit frustrating. So I started experimenting with these elements here, these shack, what are they called? Shack floor and roof prefabs. So what I would do essentially is I would put, could be 3, could be 6, whatever it might be, of these in. And then the good thing about these are that these walls will snap straight into, well, today they won't, but usually they will. And these will snap straight into there, like that. So they'll snap like that. Don't you love the Fallout 4 building tools? Just when you think that they're going to work, they let you down. So there you go, I've built a wall, and then I could do this, move this out of the way, move this out of the way for now, move this out of the way, and get the pillar, and suddenly here we have 3 elements of the wall, and it's not taking us too long. Here we go. So we have a wall. There are no gaps, and you can very quickly put it in. Put it in. Like that, and like that. Now, so that's where we started with this. And one of the things that you can do if you're sneaky is you can do 1, 2, 3. Quickly before this Brahmin comes and stuffs it all up. 1, 2, 3. Wall on there. Wall on there. Wall on there. And then you can go around the other side and do this. Wall on there. Okay, so now you have 2 walls already ready to go. And so for building a settlement and saving time, obviously I would probably just do this, get rid of them. So now you've got two walls that you can pillar glitch. Very good. Pick it up, off you go. Drop it down. Boom, done. And of course, now that because these are snappable walls, you could actually see if this is going to work. It's not going to work, but you get the idea. So then I thought, okay, I've got the walls done, what can I use this? And everybody now then would do this, usually would do this kind of thing. And they would build a guard post for their settlement. So one of the things when you use the prefab is that it doesn't, see, sometimes it will sit on nicely like that, snap. If it doesn't sit on nicely like that, what to do is put these all around the edge, and then you're restricting the movement of that, and there's only one place it can snap. So there we go, now we're making progress. Okay, so guard tower, nice. Put a ladder on that. Boom. Put some rails on it. Here we go. Very quickly. And you can see how quickly this is actually, that I'm able to do this. Of course, I'm going to be. Of course, you can. You're not a good builder unless you've fallen off things. So we'll take that out because this is only for demonstration purposes. Bang. Now, the other thing that fits nicely into this gap is the. So have a look at the guard post. Duvalaki, this thing. Turn it around. She actually snaps onto it if you would like it to snap on. Or it will fit in. There we go. There. Bang. Beautiful. Guard post done. Very effective, very easy, very simple, very quick. You could actually put a roof on that, or the other thing you can do is fit these floors on like this. Come on. And then potentially just put your, see if we can, yep, there we go. Put your little Duvalaki thing on there, bang. There we go, nice defense post. Assign a settler to that to overlook this. Beautiful. So those are kind of two of the elements that I started with, and how I was utilising the prefab to build settlements. Now, the next thing I looked at is, everybody puts this wall in, and usually there's a whole heap of space, and nothing much happens with that space. So I'm just going to break this down. Now, sorry, this is a bit boring. So there's a whole lot of space there that isn't utilised, and I wanted to really give some kind of depth to the build. And so I started experimenting a little bit more with the prefab. And so, in Sunshine Tidings we usually spawn out there somewhere and we walk up here. So it's a natural path for people to enter the settlement. So potentially what you could do is something like this. And I use this a lot just to get things in place, just to map out building. elements. I'm going to get rid of this bush. Okay, so essentially what you could do is do this, and then do this, push that up like that, push that up like that, and now you have a gateway. And if you then go to the fences tab, you could potentially get the junk fences. Our favourite gateway, in she goes, and she fits sort of nicely into that space. Obviously you'd probably have to glitch it in. Just put it in there as an example. But there we go. And still, you know, yesterday I actually figured this out, so I'm still figuring out at times how to use the prefabs in different ways, and you know, I continue to come up with ideas. So you can put steps up there, you have an element up here again, you can put these roofs in. There we go, like that. I know there's a bit of a gap there, but that's okay. Could potentially put one in there. And you can see they're very forgiving. Again, use these guard posts. There we go. And you can see very quickly I'm able to build my defences up. So it needs to be pushed a little bit further. These can be a little bit tricky to get in, but it's just a case of working with them. Eventually they will go in. And if they don't, I saw it, I saw you wanted to go in. If they don't, you can just get the rug or the ashtray or whatever and just glitch them in. Okay. As you can tell, patience is not my strong suit. There we go. In she goes. And then, of course, the next thing you can do is to start to build some kind of defensive wall. So sometimes what I would do is this kind of stuff. I like to have these stairs on the side, like that. You could potentially, now you start to build your wall up. There we go. Sometimes this will fight you, and the other thing that it does do is it does put dividers in, but I'm going to show you in part 2 of this video how you can use that. So there we go. Might want to put a little half wall in there, like that, as a checking point, and so on and so on. So you get the idea. Very quickly you can start to build a defensive area in your settlement with very little to do. There we go. Now, what I've also used these for is little guard areas for sleeping areas, and you'll see in the tour just kind of the different elements of this that you can put in and you can use. So you know, up here we could potentially, sorry I didn't explain myself very well. You'll see in the walkthrough at the end what I've done in places like Norhagen, etc., to that bottom area, and using, because now essentially what you've got is you've got an area that's above and overlooks your settlement. You've built a little gateway in there, and then potentially you have an area in here that you could build on and put beds in here. I've built a workshop in here before and I can show you that. And so it very quickly, in I guess about 5-10 minutes, I've built a settlement wall, which you can obviously continue around here, and a defensive area and the main gate, etc., just using those prefabs. So I hope that, I know it's a bit of a different video, and it would seem like common sense, and how you would utilize some of the materials, but let me tell you, and you'll see in part 2 of this video, how I've then taken the use of the prefabs and taken it to a completely different place. But it has helped me a lot in building settlements, building them quickly, you know, getting around the frustration of filling all the gaps in the wall. I think, if I remember rightly, if I went into the metal tab, that these metal walls will actually snap. So you can imagine if you're building a long wall, and obviously there is a gap there, I know that, but you know, I can glitch that right up to the. So I'll do it while I'm talking. I can glitch that right up to the entranceway there. Yeah, thought that was going to happen, so I'll just pull this back a little bit. You can, if you were building an outside wall and you wanted to mix up the look, the overall look of the walls, you can obviously then start to use the metal tab. Get straight. Come on. You can use the metal walls and just change the, so there's a variety of textures. That's it. Variety of textures in there. You can have these little areas like a checkpoint area that overlooks, and now you've got a little bit of depth and a bit of dimension to your build. One of the things that you can do up here, extra bonus, is that you can usually the turrets can't get over these fences, so what I do in that situation, this has got nothing to do with the prefab, sorry, but I just remembered it, and this is also how I build. I suddenly come up with ideas, and so sorry for going off on a tangent. So what I have been doing is I'll put a box like this in here, like that, and grab a turret. You're probably already way ahead of what I'm going to do here. I like this one. Sometimes it can be a bit finicky to just sit on the box. Come on, don't make a liar at me. Sometimes if you spin it around or move it like this, it will work. Of course it's not going to work today, so what we might do, what you can do in that situation is depends on what box we're using. That one's usually pretty good. Oh, fell off again. You see these snap through, that's more to do with one of the mods I'm using than anything else. You usually have to put these, it depends on what box you're using, but you usually have to put these a little bit away, there we go, from the edge, and then you can usually just pick this box. So you can usually just pick this box up and just push it forward like that, there we go. So there's an extra tip for you. Sorry it took a little while, and these can be a little bit finicky. So there we go. On that side, have a look. There we go, big defensive. And obviously, you know, it's up to you. This is really just trying to give you some inspiration and some tips. You can use this however you like. And I'm sure some of you will come up with ideas that I haven't thought of, and if you do, I'd love to see screenshots or you know, or videos. So thanks for listening. I'll do a quick walkthrough and show how I've used this in somewhere, I think Norhagen Beach. Catch you next time. So guys, here's the part 2, or at least for the defences using the prefab, and we're in Norhagen Beach doing the spinny thing. Okay, so we'll just click it on that. So you can see this wall, this is a wall, defensive wall. We'll go upstairs in a minute, but you can see there's different elements along here, and then what you can do possibly underneath. So you can see the prefabs all the way around, is to start to build some elements into here. There's some beds in here. Thematic and practical mod has a lot of these pre-made furniture, scrappy furniture. So it's like a little area for the guards to relax and chill on. There are a few areas, and I may do a little bit in the next video just to show you how you tackle the kind of turning corners and stuff like that. So you can see underneath, nice area, you can decorate it as you like, and it's usable space, and it's still the wall of your settlement. If I can get at it, would be good. So we'll go up top. Norhagen Beach, looking lovely today. Yep. And then along the top here, I've put walls in, lights, and then had little kind of areas where you can peek at. There's the boxes and a little bit of flooring. There's a platform up there. There's another one that sort of gaps in the wall. It's another idea for you. And then a third element, which I'll show you now. Oh, I have my power on now. I'm probably going to upset some people. So, is again using these prefabs, you can actually build a little workshop area. You can see there's gaps in the wall and stuff. This is stuff that I built a long time ago. I refined it a little bit, but I didn't have all the mods that I had then. So you can see how you can use the prefabs to build some depth into your settlement. You utilize the space, build defensive walls, and build little areas underneath. So I hope this gave you some inspiration, some ideas. I will make a part 2 to this video and show you how you can utilize prefabs in a completely different way. So thanks for watching. If you like this video, please leave a comment. If you have any questions, I'm more than happy to answer those. Liking and subscribing is always good for me, because it means I can continue to bring content and build the channel up. And catch you later.